सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam. The speaker Premasindhu Gauranga Prabhu will be joining in another couple of minutes. He is just finishing the other seva, so he'll be joining now. Kindly stay with us. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Premasindhu Gauranga Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, you are able to hear us, Prabhuji?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam. Welcome to Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Today we will continue with the Markine Bhagavata Dharma, the Transcendental Prayers of Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhuji will be actually sharing the nectar and realization from verse number 6. Prabhuji, I am sharing the screen.
Hare Krishna. So I welcome all the devotees for today's morning class, and I would like to thank the organizers to for inviting me to serve all of you in this way. So today we are studying this verse from this wonderful bhajan which Srila Prabhupada has written in the line of duty toward his spiritual master. And we are reading the bhajan, and we are witnessing something uh, unprecedented in the history of humankind, that the message, the most pure message of Vaishnavism, in that too something which is very, very high, like uh, the message of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has been delivered to the people who are not qualified according to the Vedas. So here in this particular verse, Prabhupada is saying, "Tomara इच्छाए सबा होए maya bash, tomara इच्छाए nash maya parash." So all living entities have become under the control of the illusory energy by your will. तुम्हारा इच्छा है सब होए माया बस. And therefore तुम्हारी इच्छा है नाश मायर परस. So if you like, by your will, they can also be released from the clutches of illusion. So Prabhupada is telling here that how all the living entities, they came under the illusion by Krishna's will. So this is something difficult. It seems difficult to understand. We'll discuss this. That why by Krishna's will I have come under illusion. Why does Krishna want me to come under illusion? Is it his will, or is it my will, or whose will it is? And the second part is very easy to understand. Tomar ichha nash mayar paras. That by Krishna's will, one can become free from clutches of illusion, which means that one comes to bhakti by Krishna's will. So, what is the starting point of bhakti? How does bhakti start? And definitely it starts with Krishna's will, but what are the factors, which act as a catalyst for bhakti to begin? What is the cause of bhakti? So that also we will discuss. So let us first recite the prayers. Om Ajnanotimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamshta Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam. साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So the verse here, it says that by Krishna's will, through the agency of the illusory energy, which is one of the energies of Krishna, one comes under the one is overcome by avidya or illusory energy by the influence of the material energy, and therefore, if Krishna likes, then by his will, the wheel of the illusory energy, avidya, can also be removed. So, to begin with, we have to understand that all living entities come under the control of illusory energy by your will. So, is it Krishna who is desiring that we should come under the influence of uh, his external potency? Or is it we who are desiring it? So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains this in the course of few chapters, that what are the workings of the material energy, and how does the jiva act in this world, what are his deficiencies, and how he should overcome it in order to unite again with the Supreme Lord. So jiva, prakriti, and Ishwar, all the Vedas, they are revolving around these three things, these three subject matters. So in Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna tells that the jiva, the spirit soul, he desires. Uh, is the volume okay? So are you not able to hear me?
We are able to hear, Prabhuji. I think it is little low. So if you can be closer or use headphone, that would be nice.
So you can hear me properly now?
Yeah. I think audio is clear. Volume is little low. Probably you can go on, Prabhuji. If that's what it is, you can go on, Prabhuji.
Yes. Is everybody facing the same issue? Is everybody not able to hear properly?
If we are able to hear, Prabhuji, volume is little low. That's all.
Okay, okay. Maybe you can try increasing.
Prabhu, it is fine, Prabhu.
Okay.
Yes,
All
Prabhu,
right.
it's fine, Prabhu.
Fine. All right. So, yes. So we are discussing here that Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita that Krishna is willing, the Jiva is willing. He has some desires. All right. Now, the Jiva, he cannot act in this world. He can only desire. All the actions, they are carried out by the Maya Shakti, material energy. If you see, Krishna explains in the Kshetragya Vibhaga Yoga chapter in Bhagavad Gita, that is the nature, enjoyer, and the field. Prabhupada translates it, the Kshetragya. So, our body, this material body, is made up of material energy. And the field of our activity, kshetra, that is also made up of material elements. It's all matter. So basically, all of our activities are being carried out in matter. And it is being, all those activities are being carried out through the agency of our body, which is also made up of matter. So we understand here that actually all the activities are being carried out by material energy. The jiva is just sitting inside here and he is desiring something. So now, what is the, where is the question of Krishna's will here? Krishna is someone who sanctions. So I have certain desire, and the material energy is going to carry out my desires. But Krishna is the sanctioning authority. If I have the required karma, then Krishna will sanction, otherwise, he will not sanction. So, in this way, Prabhupada writes here that by Krishna's desire, everybody comes under the illusion of material energy. It is not that Krishna wants us to become entrapped in Maya, but because it is our desire, and so Krishna allows it. Okay. If it is our desire, Krishna also says, okay, go ahead and do it. And so he arranges everything for our enjoyment, material enjoyment, through the agency of Maya Shakti. According to our karma, we can enjoy. So, enjoy or suffer. And when the jiva he turns back toward Krishna again, then by Krishna's will only, Krishna says, okay, now he wants to come back to me, so I'll arrange something to facilitate his coming back to me. So he facilitates that the jiva comes back to bhakti. You know, bhakti is eternal with the jiva, that we know from the scriptures. It is not something which comes from outside. So the jiva is forgetful of bhakti because of avidya. And then when he decides to come back after becoming frustrated with the different types of enjoyment provided by the material energy, then he takes shelter of Krishna and Krishna facilitates his coming back to him. So, how this process happens, this is all explained very nicely in one section of Bhakti Sandarbha written by Srila Jiva Goswami. So, what I am doing today is taking that particular section from Bhakti Sandarbha. I am not taking the exact text, but I am taking the verses which are taken by Srila Jiva Goswami to explain this concept. That the jiva who is conditioned in this world. So, what is the cause of bhakti? In this world, how does bhakti begin? And definitely, it begins with the will of the Lord. But then there are different types of living entities. They need different types of mercy to get that bhakti. So that we are going to discuss. So this discussion is from Bhakti Sandarbha, but I am taking it in an indirect way because I'm just taking the verses which Srila Jiva Goswami has taken in that Anucheda, that section, and then I'll try to explain it in a very simple way. So we take the first verse here. This is from the 10th canto. Roji, if you can scroll down. So this verse is uh, it is spoken by our Khatwang Maharaj. No, sorry. Yes. So what he's saying, Bhavapavarako Brahmato Yada Bhavesh जनस्य तर्हि अच्युत सत्समागमः सत्संगमो यर्हि तदैव सद्गतौ परावरेशे त्वयि जायते मतिः. So he's saying bhavapavargo brahmato yada bhave. Bhavapavargaha means at the time of cessation. Prabhupada translates as cessation. Bhavapavarga means at the time when the jiva is going to leave this material existence and he is going to relocate to spiritual existence. That time is called as bhavapavargaha. So what he is saying, what happens at the time of bhavapavargaha? So you can scroll down and see the translation. So he says that when the material life of a wandering soul has ceased, O Achyuta, he is praying to Lord Krishna there. He may attain the association of, sorry, this is not Khatwanga Maharaj, this is Muchkunda. So who was lying in the cave. This is Muchkunda. So Muchkunda is praying to Lord Krishna. When the material life of a wandering soul has ceased, O Achyuta, he may attain the association of your devotees. And when he associates with them, there awakens in him devotion unto you, who are the goal of the devotees and the Lord of all causes and their effects. So Muchkunda Maharaj, he is praying that when Bhavapa Vargaha time comes, when the time comes that the soul is going to leave this material existence, then by the mercy of the Lord, by the will of the Lord, as Prabhupada is telling in this verse, by your will, one can get out of the covering of Maya Shakti. So what happens by the will of Krishna? What attains? What he attains, he may attain the association of your devotees. And then what happens? When he associates with them, there awakens in him devotion unto you, who are the goal of devotees and the Lord of all causes and their effects. So, in this verse, Srila Jiva Goswami is using this verse, taking this verse to explain this concept of the causal effect of bhakti. Where does bhakti begin? So, it is Krishna who is desiring the goodwill of everybody in this world, and when some particular spirit soul jiva desires to come back to him, then Krishna tells that Krishna arranges that some devotee should associate with that person. So either devotee or congregation of devotees, whatever. So that person, he gets association of devotees, and by that association, then devotion or bhakti comes in him. So the cause of bhakti is Krishna only. By will of Krishna, bhakti begins. And by the will of Krishna, he gives devotees. And through devotees, actually, the bhakti comes. Not directly through Krishna, but through devotees. But the original cause is Krishna. So Krishna is the Paramatma in the heart. And he understands what is the desire of the living entity. And so he facilitates uh, the his coming back to the fold of bhakti through devotees. So here Muchkunda is saying that the Lord is the causes, he's the Lord of all causes and their effects. Now here the question comes, Jiva Goswami raises the question that when someone wants to come to bhakti, is it that first he gets the darshan of the Lord and then the Lord gives him the association of devotees, as Muchkunda is telling here? Or is it the other way around? First, he gets the association of devotees, and then he attains the mercy of the Lord. In case of Muchkunda, Lord is coming in front of him. So, what is true? Whether one gets association of devotees first, or one gets the mercy of the Lord first, and then he gets the association of devotees. So, what do you think? Can someone say? Anybody would like to?
Mercy of the Lord, Prabhu. Without the mercy of the Lord, even we cannot utter the name of the Lord.
Okay, so you say that mercy of the Lord is first, then devotees, then association of devotees, then bhakti becomes more stronger. Then
That's what my understanding, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Mercy of devotee comes first, Prabhu.
Okay, so Prasadeshwar Krishna Prabhu says that mercy of devotees come first. So now here, in this particular verse, Muchkunda is saying that he is using alankar or alliteration, So where the mercy of the Lord is magnified very much. So in this world, we see that there are different types of people. Some people attain the mercy of the Lord directly. Some people need more mercy, extra large mercy. Some need double XL mercy. Some need triple XL mercy because they are more fallen. Why they are more fallen? They are more fallen because of more anarthas, more aparadhas. So, to explain this further, Jiva Goswami, he takes this next verse. So we'll understand this. Please take the next verse. This is 10.10.41. Sadhunam samachittanam sutaram matkritatmanam darshanam no bhaved bandha pumso kshno savitur yatha. Okay, go to the translation. So, the verse says here, when one is face to face with the sun, there is no longer darkness for everyone's eyes, for one's eyes. Similarly, when one is face to face with a sadhu, a devotee who is fully determined and surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one will no longer be subject to material bondage. So Srila Jiva Goswami says that it is Krishna's will that someone should come to bhakti. All right, agreed. Then Krishna sends devotee, just like we see in the verse. Prabhupada is writing this verse. So Krishna has sent Prabhupada for all of us. If Prabhupada was not there, yadi Prabhupada na hoito, tabe ki hoito. So we would not have this opportunity to practice bhakti, perhaps. So yeah, so when one is face to face with the sun, there is no longer darkness. So now Krishna is merciful to us and he is sending the sadhu, agreed. But the question is, Jiva Goswami raises this question. There are so many sadhus roaming around in this world, and when the sadhus they come in touch with so many people, isn't it? Even when Krishna comes in this world, he comes in touch with so many people. Why is it that all of them are not getting that mercy of the sadhu? Why is it that all of them are not becoming devotees? Just like it is said here, when one is face to face with a sadhu, who is fully determined and surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one will no longer be subject to material bondage. Now, so many people came, face to face in front of Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and all of the acharyas of our sampradaya, of other sampradayas, Ramanuja, Madhvacharya, Vallabhacharya, so many of them. And so, why is it that all of them, they have not become free from material bondage? So, Jiva Goswami says that there are different types of living entities. They have different levels of aparadhas in them. So, someone who has no aparadha, the first category, he says, if a person is without any offense and does not disrespect devotees. So, two things you should note down. This is the first category. This is a person who is very pure. So, what are his two qualities? He is without any offense. There are different types of offenses: Seva Aparad and Nam Aparad, Dham Aparad, so many different types of aparadhas. And all of us are doing aparad at all times. So, let's say a person has practiced bhakti in previous lives, he has a conditioning of bhakti. So, his offenses are very less, almost nil, or he does not have offenses. And another thing which is very important is he does not disrespect devotees or does not do Vaishnava aparadha. So then this verse is true for him. If this kind of a person, he comes in front of a devotee who is fully surrendered, very pure, then just like when you come in front of the sun, there is no darkness, just by the association of that devotee or coming in front of that devotee, then he will get bhakti in his heart. Nothing else is required actually. So that devotee, he does not have to be very attentive for the elevation of this very pure person, because this pure person has the capacity to take from this elevated devotee what is required. So this elevated devotee does not have to break his head all the time that okay, this disciple of mine or this follower of mine, or what is doing, what is not doing. So this is the first category, that you come in front of the sun and you are purified. But we have anarthas, so even if we are in front of sun, we will block ourselves from the sun. So Jiva Goswami says that okay, Krishna has come, he sent a devotee. In our case, we are reading this bhajan, so Prabhupada has come by Krishna's will. But Prabhupada has come, still everybody is not becoming devotee, although it is Krishna's will. And Krishna has sent sadhu also, because they have some anarthas. But someone who is very pure, he can get that mercy. So we see in disciples of Prabhupada also, people who came across Prabhupada, there were many like that Prabhupada did not have to break his head too much. So they did everything by themselves, taking inspiration from Prabhupada. Just by the association of Prabhupada, they could take up pure devotional service. So, but there were some others, Prabhupada had to guide them very thoroughly. And there were still others who could not take to pure devotional service even after being guided, even after getting association of Prabhupada. So there are different types of living entities. So the first category is that very less offenses. So when the sadhu comes, you become a devotee. So let us see what is the next. Okay. Go to the next verse. This is from the third canto. The verse says, Yatsa anubandhe satideha gehe mamaham itya udha duragrahanam pumsam suduram vasatopi puryam bhaje matatte bhagavan padabjam. Okay. So this the demigods, they are praying demigods are speaking about the people who have anarthas. So the first case we discussed, people who don't have any anarthas or almost negligible anarthas. Now here we are seeing the demigods are speaking about people who have offenses. So what they are saying, "O Lord, persons who are entangled by undesirable eagerness for the temporary body and kinsmen, and who are bound by thoughts of mine and I, are unable to see your lotus feet, although your lotus feet are situated within their own bodies," which means that the Lord is situated in everybody's body as Paramatma. "But let us take shelter of your lotus feet." So here, Jiva Goswami explaining that if a person is without any offense, he does not have much offense, but he considers uh, devotees to be like ordinary pious people because he's attached, he's attached to the bodily conception. And because of that, some degree of karma kanda creeps in him. So basically, the devatas, they are speaking about themselves. And then the mere presence of the devotee will not induce the appearance of bhakti. We see that in the Devaloka, so many advanced devotees are always roaming around. Narad Muni, Sanak Sanatan Adi Rishis, Navayogendras, and so many of them, In this Brahmanda, there are so many pure devotees who are always roaming around to give their mercy, headed by Narad Muni. And the devatas, they can see Narad Muni. They can even speak to Narad Muni. But it's not that all the devatas are becoming pure devotees. So, although the devatas, they have very less offenses, and that is why Krishna has given them this great responsibility, universal responsibility, and they are also devotees. But they are not completely pure devotees. Not all of them. Few of them are devotees, completely pure devotees. So, Sarvopadhi Vinirmuktam Tat Paratvena Nirmalam. So, the definition of pure bhakti which Rupa Goswami gives, they may not have this quality. Sarvopadhi Vinirmuktam. They are attached to their devata positions, and that is why they have been given those positions. And they understand that, okay, Krishna is there, he is Supreme Personality of Godhead, but still, even after understanding, even after being the most exalted living entities in this universe, very pious, very powerful devotees, they are not able to take complete advantage of that situation. So Krishna is willing. He is sending devotee also, Narad Muni, and so many other sages who are there in the heavenly planets. But even after getting it, they are not able to take full advantage because they are attached. So that attachment, it creates some aparad or offense. Because of that, they are not able to take complete shelter of that, or they are not able to utilize that opportunity completely. So this is the condition of demigods. Also, this is our condition, that we also have been given so many things, but even after getting it and understanding it, it's not that we are taking full advantage of that situation. So, of course, I'm speaking about not all of you, but there might be some of us who are in that situation, including myself. So, we have to become more sincere. So, that is also one category. Now, Krishna is desiring, he has sent by his will the sadhu, but still they are not able to take it properly. Now let's see that which else, what other category is there. Okay, let's go to the next verse. जनस्य कृष्णाद् विमुखस्य दैवात् अधर्मशीलस्य सुदुःखितस्य अनुग्रहायेह चरन्ति नूनं भूतानि भव्यानि जनार्दनस्य. Uh, Again, this verse from third canto. So it says, O my Lord, great philanthropic souls travel on the earth on behalf of Supreme Personality of Godhead, like Prabhupada, to show compassion to the fallen souls who are averse to the sense of subordination to the Lord. So, you see, if Krishna is willing us, he is willing that we should take up to devotional service, then he sends a devotee. Now, those who are very pure, they come in touch with devotee and they become inspired, they become devotees. Okay. But now, for most of the people in Kali Yuga, they have a lot of anarthas. So even if Prabhupada comes in front of you or any other pure devotee comes in front of you, just by seeing him, what you will do, you will get inspired, but after some time you will start finding faults in him. That is the nature of people of Kali Yuga. And so, and it's not that one will hear that, okay, some great sage has come and let's go and take his darshan. He's sitting over there and doing some pravachan. No one is going to do that. So the sage or the devotee, he has to show some, extra large compassion for the fallen souls. There are a lot of anarthas, lot of offenses. So the the devotee, he has to travel throughout the earth on behalf of Krishna to show compassion, because they don't want subordination to the Lord, as it is told in this verse. They are averse to the sense of subordination to the Lord. So in this world, in Kali Yuga, everybody is averse to subordination to Lord. No one is an exception, except a very few. So the soul has to show extra mercy. And this verse is very apt for the bhajan which all of you are studying verse by verse. Prabhupada is sitting in Vrindavan, he is writing Bhagavatam. So people should come take association of Prabhupada, take association of Vrindavan Dham, and they should hear Bhagavatam from him, sitting in Vrindavan in front of the Samadhi of Srila Rupa Goswami in Radha Damodar temple. But that is not going to happen. That is not the nature of people in this world. So Prabhupada has to take up the austerity of leaving all the things which are dear to him, Vrindavan and uh, association of sadhus in Bharatvarsha. Go to other places where people are averse to being subordinate to the Lord. And so in this case, Srila Prabhupada is giving some unprecedented mercy, some kind of mercy which was not seen previously. So Jiva Goswami tells about this is the third category of people, that just by coming, they will not by themselves go and take shelter of the sadhu. The sadhu has to go to them. So this is our condition. So Prabhupada has to go to every town and village, and wherever he goes, we see that today there is a temple. So this is one category, and it is very apt for this bhajan because Prabhupada is writing the bhajan sitting in the ship. So and he's come to US and he does not know where to go, left or right, and what is going to happen, what he's going to eat. But he knows that he has to do this to give, to show compassion to the fallen souls. So most of the people in the Kali Yuga, they fall in this category if they are fortunate, that they will themselves not go and take shelter of the sadhu. The sadhu has to reach out to them, or the representatives of the sadhus. In our case, some devotee who is in the line of Srila Prabhupada, he came to us, he gave us some book, or he invited us for some program in the temple, and or he gave us some prasad or whatever. So we were initially not so much interested, but somehow someone reached out to us. They went out of their way. They themselves had devotion. They went out of their way and gave this gift to us. So this is the category in which most of the people in this time and age, this century, I would say, they fall in this. Now the next category is also there. Let's go to the next verse. So this is a verse from 11th canto. It is spoken by Pingala. So you know the story of Pingala in 11th canto. She was a prostitute. And Pingala is saying, Videhanam pure yasmin aham ekaiva moodati yanyam icchanti asatyasmad atmadat kamamachyutat. So she's saying Videhana. She was staying in Videha. So Jiya Goswami raises the question. How is it that, okay, let's say that the Krishna is willing and he is sending sadhu. So those who are pure, they might get association of sadhu little bit and they will take up devotional service. Those who have more offenses, the sadhu has to push them, he has to go to them, and then they will take it up. How is it that someone who does not have the association of sadhus, he also gets mercy? How is that possible? It seems in this case that Pingala did not have any association of sadhus because she was a society girl. So the translation says, Pingala is saying this. Certainly in this city of Videha, I alone am completely foolish. I neglected the Supreme Personality of Godhead who awards us everything, even our original spiritual form. And instead, I desired to enjoy sense gratification with many men. So, so here Jiva Goswami says, it seems that Pingala, she has become a devotee now. And earlier she was a prostitute. And so how she has got an association of sadhus, that is not possible. But he points out that Pingala is saying that she is staying in the city of Videha. Who was the king of Videha? Who knows? Which city is this Videha?
Janaka Maharaj.
Janak Maharaj. Yes, Videha is the city of Janak Maharaj and Mother Sita. No, Mother Sita is also, one of her name is Vaidehi. So in the city of Janak Maharaj, there were a lot of sadhus, and the king is also a pure devotee. Krishna also takes the name of Janak Maharaj in Bhagavad Gita. So, Jiva Goswami writes there that definitely Pingala must have come across some sadhus because so many sadhus were roaming around in the city of Videha, which was a city of great personalities, devotees. So she must have come in the past before taking up this profession, she must have come in association of some sadhus. That is what he says. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he writes in the commentary of this verse that once upon a time, Lord Dattatreya, he came to the city of Videha, and he was roaming around on the streets. And Lord Dattatreya is incarnation of God who is very merciful. And you see that there are dogs and other animals around Lord Dattatreya. So very merciful to fallen living entities. So he happened to take prasad at the house of Pingala. Whether Pingala was uh, in that profession that time, that is not clear, but mostly she was not. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes that. So Jiva Goswami says that without the association of devotees, one cannot get bhakti. So in case of Pingala, it's someone might argue that how Pingala got devotion. She never associated with sadhus. But no, she also must have associated with sadhus previously at some point of time. Okay, so now we go to the next verse. This is Prahlad Maharaj section in the 7th canto. Prahlad Maharaj is praying, Prayena Deva Munayah Swamukti Kaman Maunam Charanti Vijanena Pararthanishta Naitan Vihaya Kripanan Vimukshesho Nanyam Tadasya Sharanam Brahmato Nupashye. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying that just go to the verse. Prayena Deva Munaya Samukti Kama Maunam Charanti Vijanena Parathnishna Naitan Vihaya Kripanan. Yeah, so the second of the verse, Naitan Vihaya Kripanan Vimumuksha Eko Nanyam Todasya Sharanam Brahmato Nupashye. So we all know that when the Lord Nrsimhadev appears, Prahlad Maharaj is praying that let everybody get liberated. And if they have sins, I will take them and I will go to hell for their sins. So now here, someone might argue, Jiva Goswami has this style of writing that first he gives his argument, then he takes all the opposing arguments which other people might say, and then he does khandan of those arguments. Now let's say that if someone says that Prahlad Maharaj is praying, Naitan Vihaya Kripanan Vimukshayako Nanyam Todasya Sharanam Brahmato Nupashya. So the word Naitan, Na Etan means not these, So how does okay, Prabhupada also translates like that. Na Etan. So not these. These means those who are in front of me, So the question someone might raise that Prahlad Maharaj prays to Lord Nrsimhadev, everybody should get liberated. But it's not that everybody got liberated in the universe. There are unlimited number of living entities. It's not that everybody got liberated. So he says that it is a way of saying, Prahlad Maharaj is saying, na etan, means not these. So there are certain living entities in his mind whom he has observed or who he knows, and he's speaking about them. So not these. So etan, the term etan in Sanskrit, it refers to limited number of people or specific number of people, not unlimited number of people. So those people who are in the mind of Prahlad Maharaj, they all got liberated. Na etan. So of course we know that others also got liberated. So how others got liberated? Krishna is merciful. He sends Prahlad Maharaj. Okay, we are taking the same logic. And Prahlad Maharaj has come to deliver the demons, the most fallen. He is praying to Narsimhadev that let these people be liberated. So now someone might say that it seems all of them did not get liberated. So Jiva Goswami says that Prahlad Maharaj is a small boy and he is saying na etan, that those who are in his mind. He is not saying that everybody in the universe. But by the mercy of Narsingadev, everybody got delivered also. Okay, so we see next verse, go to the next verse. So Prahlad Maharaj says, seventh canto, this verse it says, Ya et kirtayen mahyam tvaya gitam idam nara tvam cha mam cha smaran kale karma bandhat pramuchyate. So Narsimhadev, what he says, I mean, Narsimhadev is not speaking this verse, but Jiva Goswami is saying that, okay, Prahlad Maharaj is a small boy and he has certain living entities in his mind, and he's saying that let these be liberated. But what what Narsimhadev thinks, what is Narsimhadev's will? Today's verse is about Krishna's will. What is Narsimhadev's will? Go to the translation. One who always remembers your activities and my activities also, and who this is actually Narsimhadev only speaking. One who always remembers your activities and my activities also, and who chants the prayers you have offered, becomes free in due course of time from the reactions of material activities. So Narsimhadev understands Prahlad Maharaj's will. So those living entities who are in the mind of Prahlad Maharaj, they become immediately liberated. And what about others? So Narsimhadev says that someone who remembers activities of Prahlad Maharaj and someone who remembers my activities and who chants the prayers which are offered by you, Prahlad, he will become free. He will become also liberated. Not immediately, in due course of time. So he will get the opportunity to come to bhakti. And in due course of time, he will become free from reactions of material activities. So liberation is like that. Liberation does not mean immediately from fallen condition to Vaikuntha. That happens by special mercy. But in generally, in for the general course of activities, the laws of in this universe are that in due course of time it happens. So this is also clarified. Now go to the next verse. Is there any more verses are there? Okay, so fine. So there is one more verse I forgot to tell them. So there are certain living entities. You can stop sharing the screen. So certain living entities, so who even after getting the mercy of the sadhu, they may not take up to devotional service. So these kind of living entities are also there. So for them also some verses are there given by Srila Jiva Goswami. You can stop sharing now. So basically in this verse today, we see that Prabhupada is saying that by your will, the jivas, they come under illusion. It's not that Krishna is willing, but he is allowing them because it is their desire. In that way, it is Krishna's will. He is willing that let the jivas have freedom of what they are willing. That is Krishna's will. So that is why it is not Krishna's will that we should be under illusion. Rather, it is Krishna's will that we should be able to do what we want to do. That is, he has given us some freedom. So by his will, he sanctions that we can come under illusion, avidya. Now, if you want to come back to him, it is also by his will, Prabhupada says, that we can come out of that illusion. And how does that happen? What is the science? What is the cause of bhakti? In this verse, in this universe, there is a cause for everything. In philosophy, there is a subject, causality. Causality means you study the cause of everything. So, what is the cause of bhakti? Cause of bhakti is Krishna has already willed, and now he sends devotee. But to receive the mercy of that devotee, there are still different categories. They need different types of mercy, different extent of mercy is required. So, the first category is that the sadhu comes in front of you, and that's it. You get that mercy because you are free from offenses. You're very pure. Like the sun, when it comes in front of you, there is no more darkness. The second category is that there are some offenses because one is attached to different things of this world. So he knows what is the truth. He knows that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He knows that, okay, sadhu is there. Narad Muni has come, Prabhupada has come, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has come, everybody is coming. Guru Maharaj has come, different devotees. But can't take full advantage of that situation like the Devatas. Jiva Goswami gives the example of the Devatas. And of course, we also might be in the same situation. So we have to see where we are. And there are others that they may not get the mercy of the Lord even when the sadhu comes. That is not possible. So even when the sadhu comes, because of a lot of offenses, they are not able to take the opportunity of coming to bhakti because of their offenses, they consider the sadhu to be an ordinary pious living entity. But of course, that also does not go in vain. Let's say someone comes in touch with Prabhupada. He does not understand the value of Prabhupada as someone who can give devotion. He considers him as a saint, okay, pious person, okay. So many pious persons are there. He is also one of the pious person. He will definitely get piety because he's thinking like that. He will also not go empty-handed. This is what Jiva Goswami says. So that person will also get loads and loads of piety because he has considered that pure devotee as a pious person. Of course, that getting piety is not the goal of devotees, so it is not considered very useful. And someone might raise an argument that, okay, if someone is not taken association of devotee, still we see that he is getting bhakti. So what is the connection of this devotee and bhakti? There is no connection. You see Pingala, prostitute. But Jiva Goswami says that no, she is herself saying that she is staying in Videha, which is a city of devotees. And the time when she is staying there, at that time, Janak Maharaj is there. All the sages are coming to his kingdom. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that even Lord Dattatreya once came to her house. So without association of devotees is not possible. This is clear. So there is no more argument for this. Now, if the devotee wishes someone to be liberated, but still they are not getting liberated because someone might say that Prahlad Maharaj is praying that everybody get liberated. So Jiva Goswami says that first of all, Prahlad Maharaj is saying Etan means these people. Let these people get liberated. Means whoever is in front of him, all the demons and the demigods. But there are unlimited number of living entities in this world. So those will definitely get liberated. But understanding the desire of his pure devotee, Prahlad Maharaj, Narasimha Dev, what he says, that those who recite the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj and those who speak about the pastimes of you and me, so they will also get liberated gradually. They will get free from material conditioning. So, in this way, it is the desire of Srila Prabhupada, it is the desire of Lord Chaitanya, who is Krishna, and Krishna sent his Senapati Bhakta Prabhupada that everybody should get liberated, just like it was the desire of Prahlad Maharaj. And so, those who came in direct touch with Srila Prabhupada, they got a lot of mercy. And we are also in direct touch of Prabhupada, not his physical touch, but through his books and instructions, through his disciples. And so, just like Narsimhadev says that if someone discusses about prayers of Prahlad Maharaj and his pastimes, he'll also get liberated. Similarly, if we discuss about the teachings of Srila Prabhupada and also the pastimes of Srila Prabhupada, we will also definitely gradually over the period of time we will get liberated from this material bondage. There is no doubt about this, because this is the instruction, these are the words of Lord Narsimhadev himself. So how they can not come to be, how they cannot be true, it should come to pass. So all of you are very fortunate that you are discussing this wonderful prayers of Srila Prabhupada. And by discussing these, we'll get liberated. This is guaranteed. So along with that, we should also try to follow his instructions. Okay, so we'll end the class here. Thank you very much. Any questions? So we discussed today about this concept from Bhakti Sandarbha by Srila Jiva Goswami. So all glories to the Shad Goswamis who have given us this wonderful literature so that we can very systematically understand the science of Bhakti. This kind of science of Bhakti is not available in any other sampradaya. So we should all take this great opportunity which is given to us and study the literature of our Acharyas. Hare Krishna. Any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Thank you very much for wonderfully summarizing the mood in which Prabhupada has actually written that prayers, and you have actually in detail walked us through the different levels of devotees, how they can get the mercy of the Lord through the pure devotees. Thank you, Prabhuji. It was amazing summary. So the devotees can please share your comments or reflections. Maybe in the interest of time, we can take one or two comments. Yes, Mataji, please go ahead, Mataji. Radharani Mataji, please.
Prabhu, this Dhruva Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj, their realization was different, no, Prabhu. Dhruva Maharaj, he was like a neophyte, and when he had darshan, he got realized, isn't it, Prabhu?
Yes, they are different. Yes.
Yeah, two opposite sides.
Dhruva Maharaj, he had material desires.
Yes.
So he is an example of a person who goes to Krishna for material desires and he gets purified. In case of Prahlad Maharaj, he is already purified. He is already a Mahabhagavat. So ultimately, both of them become pure devotees, Mahabhagavat. But their previous background is definitely it is different.
Prabhu, if you don't mind, can you share that Word document, Prabhu? Only few we could note down.
These are some verses. They are with our host. Yeah, Sankarshan.
I'll share it, Mataji. I have the verses.
Yes, sir.
So these are some verses just I gave to him. These are from Bhakti Sandarbha, which Jiva Goswami is quoting there.
So Bhakti Sandarbha, he has taken verses from Bhagavatam, Prabhu.
Yeah, Sandarbha basically is Bhagavatam only, which is taken in a thematic way to explain different concepts. And also there he takes the Purva Paksha, that what the people who are opponents of Bhakti they speak. Then he gives the Siddhanta. He establishes the Siddhanta from Bhagavatam and other sources, and he takes the arguments of people, what he might say, what they might say, how to break that argument. So then he again defeats those arguments and re-establishes the proper Siddhanta. But it is basically Bhagavatam only.
Thank you, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you for the wonderful compilation, and it was very, very nice. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Looking forward to your more frequent association, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam Prabhu, very nice this thing Prabhu. But for my little more clarity, your question was whether Lord's mercy is first or the devotee's mercy is first. So what is the one-line conclusion, Prabhu?
Well, basically, Lord is the cause of all causes, as the verse which we saw from Bhagavatam, the first verse which Muchkunda is speaking.
Yeah.
But the Lord is merciful to everybody. The Lord does not want anybody to stay in this material world and keep suffering. So his desire that we should come back to him, that's a common desire. Now, that being said, actually, the advent of bhakti in someone's life comes through devotee only. So Krishna is desiring, this desire is for everybody. But then it is the mercy of devotee through which the devotion actually arises. So it depends on so many factors. It also depends on the will of the individual. If you want to come to Krishna, then Krishna will facilitate that as the Chaitya Guru. So someone who is there in our heart, the Paramatma, he knows everything. And so he also brings the devotees, he brings the Guru. So it is, achintya, whether Guru brings Krishna or Krishna brings Guru. So this is achintya. So both are symbiotic. One might say that through Guru we get Krishna, and one can also say that through Krishna we get Guru. And both are true actually.
Okay.
But the advancement in bhakti, it only happens by mercy of devotee, because Krishna does not directly come and interfere in someone's life. So it happens very rarely, like in Muchkunda's case, he's going and giving darshan. But this is a very rare example which Muchkunda is giving. But generally it happens through devotee. So in Bhakti Rasa Sindhu also, Rupa Goswami, he writes that the devotion, it starts with a devotee.
But my this thing was without the mercy of the Lord, even the blade of grass cannot move. So that's the background with which I thought, for the mercy of the Lord only, we get the association of the pure devotee. And from then, the real journey of our devotional service starts. That's what I was thinking, bro.
That is also correct. Yes. And so as I said, that both things are correct. By mercy of Lord, nothing happens. That's why he sends Prabhupada. But then also, who gets the mercy of Prabhupada? So that Prabhupada will choose. So Prabhupada did not go to Antarctica. So or North Pole. So there must be some people living in igloo there. They get his mercy. But Krishna wants them also to become devotees, but perhaps they are not so fortunate for now. So actually, the mercy will come through devotee only. But definitely it is Krishna's will also. So as we said that, as we discussed in Jiva Goswami's this explanation, that Prahlad Maharaj desires everybody to get liberated, but there are unlimited living entities. So it's not that he is going to think in his mind of everybody. There are some bacteria, there are some plants, there is some grass. So those about those who he thought of, they got liberated. What about the rest? When the rest will discuss about his activities, then they will also get liberated. So it's like that. So ultimately, the devotee has to be there in the picture.
Thank you very much, sir. Little complex to conceive the subject, but
Not complex,
you have
very easy. It is both things are true. By
both
Krishna
things
we
are
get
true.
Guru, and by Guru we get Krishna. So both things.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Thanks for the clarification. Final clarification, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. It was really a great session, and you have brought insight into too many aspects. When we read the Bhagavatam in isolation, probably we would not. I would not have actually, got this clarity. But you brought this clarity by beautifully, linking different Bhagavatam slokas and aligning with today's topic. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, devotees, for being with us. We will end today's session with Vaishnava Pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha Yathavam pavanebhyo Vaishnavin namo namaha. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Prabhupada Leelamrita ki jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Natha Koti Vaishnava ki jai. Jai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
So can you share the link of this class with me?
Sure, Prabhuji. I will send the YouTube link to you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam, devotees. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam. Thank you.